This body chores session is perfect for when you're about to reach for that third or fourth or fifth cup of coffee and you think, maybe I'll move my body just for a few minutes instead. We're gonna move at a little quicker pace. It's gonna wake you up, it's gonna get some blood flowing, it's gonna make you feel taller, and I think you might even have a little fun. Shall we? Hello my friends, welcome and welcome back to the Energy Academy. Today I have a body chores session for you and it's gonna be a little zestier than we're used to. This is gonna be an afternoon pick-me-up, don't reach for that second cup of coffee, have some body chores and a snack kind of body chores. So let's start standing, but we'll probably make our way down to the floor, so you might want some comfy space. Let's take our feet nice and wide apart. Let's reach our arms wide and up overhead. Big morning stretch. Maybe you take the first real deep breath you've taken all day. Maybe you just reach as far as you can up to the ceiling, or maybe you grab your wrist for a little easy bend side to side. Softening in the knees. Imagining you've got a big slinky that connects to the bottom rib and the top of your hips, and we're going to stretch that slinky out nice and long. Can you breathe into the sides, make that slinky wider? Maybe you crunch your slinky on one side and make some space on the other. And then crunch it the other way. Big slinky curve. Excellent. And let's go back to the first side. And even it out. And when you work your way back to the center, we're going to stretch up so far that we have no choice but to bump the hips back and stretch this over. Nice, easy hinge. You could grab onto something for support if you like, but we're stretching out of the pelvis, reaching long, long, long with the arms. See if you can hold onto that plank, sending your shoulders farther forward, sending your hips farther back. And when you're ready, we're going to slump it over. You can come all the way down to the floor, or hands can come to knees. Let's loosen up the back. Let the head, neck, and shoulders hang. Everything soft and heavy. Maybe you keep going with that sway side to side. Maybe you just hang. See if you can press down more through your heels. Really let your upper body surrender. Good. Reminder, you can be up on your knees here if you prefer. Stretching hips back, planting feet down, letting the upper body hang out. Let gravity work on you here. Good. And when you're ready, wherever you are, we're going to slow roll it up to the top. Really try to reverse race me here. Take your time, go even slower than the time I'm giving you. Be selfish. Here we go, tucking the tail. We roll up one at a time for 8, 7, stacking up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, all the way up to the top. I'm going to reach towards the wall for some support. I'm going to step my wall side leg back into a little mini lunge, just separating my legs here so that I can think about tucking that pelvis underneath me. You might start to feel a stretch on the front of that hip, this inner hip. You can tuck out of it and tuck back into it if you like, but we're generating this tuck through the squeeze of the glutes. I'm going to rock into and out of this like a little flow. And I'm going to look way out at the horizon because my chin wants to be attached to my chest right now. But I'm going to find a little more height through the crown of my head. Good, my friends. If you're here and you're feeling good, we can take this outside arm and we can reach back behind us. Make sure those glutes are squeezed to bring that pelvis forward, open up the hips, and we open up the upper body like a book, keeping the front pockets facing in front of you, reaching back behind you. You might not get very far, and that is a-okay. Try to look where you're going, squaring off the hips, softening the collarbones. Good. On your next exhale, let's bring it back to the center. Keep the hips square. Maybe you tuck it across, almost like a thread the needle. I'm going to use my hands to walk me over, but I'm thinking about keeping my hips square to the front. Nice, easy little twist. We'll come out of this pretty quickly to go back into that twist away. Nice little flow here. Twisting away from the wall. Twisting in towards the wall and just a little further. Good. You can go back to that pelvic tuck, or you can wobble your feet out if you need to, or holding this sort of split squat stance for kind of a long time. But if you're feeling good about it, maybe you press your front heel down into the ground a little more. Maybe you soften your back leg, dropping your tailbone straight down to the ground, lifting your crown up to the sky. Nice little posture challenge here. Whew. I'm going to go one more time, open and closed. When I work my way out of this, that back foot is going to come forward, kickstanding in front of me. My hips are going to reach back. I'm sliding my pelvis back behind me, showing your tailbone to the back wall, finding plank here, finding this hinge. Now we're probably not very warm. We just started body chores. We haven't been jumping around or anything, so give yourself some grace here. Maybe you choose to flow into and out of this instead of holding it. Maybe you soften your knees a little bit more. Maybe you hold in a slightly shallower position than you're used to and rock the pelvis forward and back. Pull the toes of that extended leg up towards your heart. Maybe digging your stiletto down into the floor. Good, my friends. We're coming up in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. We're going to let that leg swing. This can be loosey-goosey. You can face the way you were facing, or if you like, you can go hands on the wall, make a little more space for that leg. Really let it fly. Try to keep your knees nice and soft, planting down into the ground. Release your shoulders out of your ears. Good. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Just stand on both feet. Do you feel a little taller on one side? I feel a little bit floaty. Let's do that to the other side, yeah? I'm gonna set up with the wall on my other side. I'm gonna take a little step back into my split stance, keeping my hips square facing forward. Easy bend in the back knee. I'm gonna tuck the pelvis forward and release. You can exaggerate that, really arch, or you can just squeeze glutes, release. See where you end up naturally. Planting your feet down into the floor. Giving this just as much patience as we used on the first side. Really building this up. Good. You might feel all kinds of things here. The thing that I'm focused on is the stretch in that hip flexor on the wall side leg, that leg that you stepped back with. Keeping those hips square. Easy, gentle rock. And when you're ready, we'll drop the tailbone down, back pockets are heavy, feet are planted. I'm gonna take my opposite arm, open up away from the wall. Keeping hips square in front of me. That's the really, really hard part here. Reaching back. Follow your eyes. And on your next exhale, let's bring it back in. You can move through. You can use the wall to walk yourself in a little bit. Keep those hips square. That inside hip keeps tugging forward. And let's go back the way we came, opening up. Good, my friends. If you are a person who runs at a fast tempo, a pace like this can be really challenging. If your brain wants something harder to latch onto, I encourage you to think about how we're getting used to movement, twisting, instability on the top, while our legs are in this isometric hold. That is a really valuable skill for our lifts. And we start by building it in a movement that's less stressful, yeah? Good, one more time, back and forth. Or you can be done. We're going into that hamstring stretch next. I release, stand it up. I'm gonna kick stand my heel, and I'm gonna slide my hips back. Easy bend in the knees, peeling the toes back up towards the face. Maybe you flow in and out of this. Good, maybe you rock your pelvis here, like the miniest, babiest little kitty cow. If it's a mini cat cow, perhaps it's a kitten calf. That's really stupid, sorry. That's probably offensive to yoga. Oh well, tiny little baby cat cow. Awesome. And on your next exhale, let's let it go, stand it up, and let that leg swing. It can be forward and back, it can be side to side, it can be around. Let's just get some blood flowing. Good. If you're here, if you're moving your body with me right now, that most definitely means that you're a conscientious person who devotes quite a bit of time to taking care of themselves, has their best interest at heart, is probably thinking of ways to implement healthy habits and all of that. And that can make us clench. That can make us think about holding on to our posture all the time. And you need to be able to release too. You need to be able to just go along for the ride. Let go right here for 3 and 2 and 1 and awesome. Let's stand up tall on our feet. Do you feel a little more floaty? I do. We're gonna start to prance through the feet. I want you to roll through toe ball heel. You can totally hold on to something here if you like. You can even take a little incline, lean towards the wall, or you can just stand it up. Good. Maybe you start to get a little bouncier, a little more pickup under those prances. Rolling through the feet. See if you can spread out your toes a little while you do this. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Plant your feet. We're gonna reach up overhead on the inhale. Open up on the exhale. Allow your hips to bump forward. Allow yourself to lean back as far as you like. I'm gonna encourage you to make this a little flowier. Inhale, reach up as high as you can. Exhale, melt open. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt open. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, open. 3 more just like that. Move at the tempo of your own breath. And on your next exhale, you can fully let it go. Start to shake it out. This can be big or small. Shaking out legs, shaking out arms, all at the same time if you want. Can you find a way to move that you haven't moved yet today, or maybe in a week, or maybe in a year? Can you do something that would look absolutely dorky and bizarre if someone walked in on you right now? Shake it out to the side, shake it out up high, shake it out down low, one leg at a time, like acting class. Good, wherever you are. We're here for 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2, 1. And bring it back to stillness. One last time, let's roll it up, stack up our spine so we can take on the day, reaching up tall and hinging over. Hands don't have to go all the way to the floor, but they can if you like. Whenever you find your forward fold, plant your feet a little heavier, melt your knees a little softer. Imagine your lower body still standing straight up and your upper body slumped like one of those little wooden dolls where you press the bottom of the base they're standing on and they like crumple and then spring right back up. Your lower body is stacked up, your upper body's crumpled. And when you're ready, we're gonna start to stack up the upper body too, rebuild a whole human body. Here we go. Tucking tail, we roll it up for 8, 7, don't race me, 6, 5, give yourself time, 4, 3, head, neck, and shoulders come up last, 2, and 1. Amazing. I feel more alive now. I hope you do too. Bring it in, let's get a little high five. We'll do a very cutesy, demure little high five. 3, 2, 1, bada boom. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're feeling a little better in your body. I hope you're a little more alert and awake and alive now, and I'll see you next time.